Are you worried about falling victim to cruise scams? We all dream of those perfect cruise vacations, right? Sun, sand, unlimited buffets, the whole shebang. But here's the thing, even paradise has its pitfalls. And in this case, those pitfalls come in the form of scams. Yeah, scams. Those pesky little things that can turn your dream vacation into a total nightmare. And trust me, these scammers are getting sneakier by the day, but don't worry, I've got your back. In this video, we're diving deep into 15 cruise scams that are lurking out there, just waiting to pounce on unsuspecting travelers. We're talking about everything from those classic street scams to those super sophisticated online schemes that could fool even the savviest traveler. We're going to break it all down, give you the inside scoop on what to watch out for, and most importantly, how to protect yourself. So, grab your life jackets, because this is one cruise you don't want to miss. Okay, picture this. You're strolling through a bustling market in some exotic locale, soaking in the sights and sounds. Suddenly, someone approaches you, all smiles and friendliness, offering a free friendship bracelet. They might even start tying it around your wrist before you can say no thanks. But here's the catch, nothing in life is truly free. As soon as that bracelet is on your wrist, their demeanor changes. That friendly smile morphs into a demanding scowl, and they start demanding payment. And it's not going to be a couple of bucks either. They'll try to hit you with some outrageous price, and they often have buddies lurking nearby, ready to back them up if you resist. So, what's the lesson here? Keep your hands to yourself, and don't let anyone put anything on you that you didn't ask for. Trust me, it's better to be safe than sorry. Alright, we've all been there. You're in a stunning location, and you want that perfect picture to capture the moment. You ask a friendly-looking local to snap a quick photo of you and your travel buddies. They seem happy to oblige, but then things take a turn. They might start by trying to guilt-trip you into letting them take a bunch of photos, claiming they're a professional photographer. Or they'll offer to send you the photos later and ask for your phone number or email address. Sounds harmless enough, right? Wrong. Once they have your contact info, the real scam begins. They'll bombard you with tons of photos, demanding an exorbitant fee for each one. And if you refuse to pay, they might even threaten to post unflattering photos of you online. So what's the solution? Simple. Ask a fellow tourist to take your photo. They're less likely to try to scam you. Okay, this one's a little more complex, but it's becoming increasingly common, especially in the world of online travel communities. You're scrolling through a Facebook group dedicated to cruising, and you notice someone sending you a friend request. They seem nice enough. Maybe they're even going on the same cruise as you. You start chatting, and before you know it, you're sharing personal details about your life, your dreams, maybe even your deepest fears. They might tell you they're recently widowed, or that they're looking for love, playing on your emotions to gain your trust. But here's the thing, it's all a carefully crafted facade. These scammers are master manipulators, and their ultimate goal is to separate you from your hard-earned cash. They might invent a sob story about a sick relative or a business deal gone wrong, begging you for a loan they promise to repay. But once you send the money, it's gone, and so is your online Romeo or Juliet. Next is the bait and switch scam. Okay, this one's a classic, and it can happen anywhere, not just on cruises. You're in a shop eyeing up a beautiful piece of jewelry or a fancy watch. The price seems reasonable, so you decide to treat yourself. You hand over your cash, get your purchase wrapped up, and head back to the ship feeling pretty good about yourself. But here's where things go south. When you get back to your cabin and excitedly unwrap your purchase, you realize you've been duped. That expensive watch is actually a cheap knockoff, and that stunning piece of jewelry is nothing more than a piece of colored glass. The scammer has swapped out your purchase for a worthless imitation while you weren't looking. So, what's the takeaway? Always, and I mean always, inspect your purchases carefully before leaving the store. Make sure you're getting what you paid for, and don't be afraid to ask questions if something seems off. Fake visa websites. Okay, listen up because this one is crucial. Planning a trip abroad often means navigating the wonderful world of visas. And let me tell you, these scammers are all over it. They create these incredibly convincing fake websites that look exactly like the official government sites. They might even pop up as ads at the top of your Google search results. You think you're filling out a legitimate visa application, handing over your personal information and credit card details, only to realize later that you've been had. These sites are designed to steal your identity and your money, leaving you in a world of trouble. So, here's the golden rule. When it comes to visas, stick to the official government websites. Don't click on any ads and double check the URL to make sure it's legit. The cruise duck scam. Alright, this one's a new one, but it's already making waves in the world of cruise scams. You're in a Facebook group for cruise enthusiasts, and someone posts about having to cancel their trip at the last minute. They claim to have all these cruise-related items, like those little rubber duckies with the cruise line logo, just sitting around collecting dust. They offer to send you these cruise ducks or other souvenirs if you just cover the shipping costs. Seems like a harmless deal, right? Wrong. Once you send the money, you'll never see those ducks, and the scammer will disappear into the digital abyss. It's a classic bait and switch, playing on your love of cruising to make a quick buck. Remember, folks, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Alright, imagine this. You're strolling through a bustling port in the Caribbean or Mexico, soaking in the vibrant atmosphere. Suddenly, someone approaches you, all smiles and familiarity. Hey, weren't you on my table last night? They ask, claiming to be your waiter or a member of the ship's staff. You might be a little confused, but they're so convincing, so sure of themselves, that you start to doubt your own memory. They might even call you by name, having cleverly overheard it earlier. Their goal? To lure you into their family business, a shop conveniently located just around the corner. Once inside, you're subjected to high-pressure sales tactics, guilt trips, and inflated prices. Remember, folks, you're under no obligation to follow anyone who claims to recognize you, especially if it involves spending money. Alright, let's talk taxis. You disembark your ship, eager to explore your port of call. You flag down a taxi, hop in and tell the driver your destination. Everything seems normal until you reach your destination and the driver hits you with an outrageous fare. They might claim their meter is broken or that there's a special tourist tariff in effect. They're counting on you being unfamiliar with the local laws and exchange rates. Here's the deal. Always, and I mean always, use a reputable taxi company or ride-sharing app, especially in unfamiliar places. Make sure the meter is running or agree on a fare beforehand to avoid any nasty surprises. Alright, let's dive into the world of Ponzi schemes, those elaborate scams that promise you the world but deliver nothing but heartache and financial ruin. And guess what? They've even infiltrated the world of cruising. Take the case of Richard Lester, a con artist who preyed on people's dreams of affordable vacations. He created a company called Cruise Miles, offering incredibly cheap cruises in exchange for upfront payments or monthly fees. People flocked to his scheme, lured in by the promise of luxury travel at bargain basement prices. But there was a catch, a big one. The cruises never materialized. Lester was pocketing the money, using it to fund his lavish lifestyle and pay off earlier investors. Hundreds of people lost their savings, their dreams dashed on the rocks of deception. The lesson here? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Do your research, read reviews, and be wary of any scheme that promises unrealistic returns. Alright, picture this. You're all set to embark on your dream cruise. You've booked your flights, packed your bags, and you're practically vibrating with excitement. Then, out of the blue, you receive an official-looking email or phone call from someone claiming to represent your cruise line. They inform you of a new docking fee that needs to be paid immediately to secure your reservation. They might even threaten to cancel your booking if you don't comply. Panic sets in. You don't want to risk losing your spot on the ship, so you hand over your credit card information without thinking twice. But here's the kicker. It's all a scam. Cruise lines don't typically spring unexpected fees on you days before your departure. So, what's the lesson? Always verify any suspicious communication by contacting the cruise line directly through their official website or phone number. Don't fall victim to these last-minute scare tactics. Alright, this scam preys on your desire to skip the lines and get your vacation started ASAP. You receive a call or email offering you an exclusive opportunity to change your boarding time for a small embarkation fee. They might claim it's a new service offered by the cruise line, or that it's a limited time offer. They're counting on you jumping at the chance to avoid the hassle of waiting in long lines with hundreds of other passengers. But here's the thing, legitimate cruise lines don't typically charge fees to change your boarding time. These scammers are simply trying to pocket your cash for something that's either free or readily available through the cruise line's official channels. So, what's the takeaway? Don't be swayed by promises of special treatment or expedited service, especially if it involves paying extra fees. Stick to the official cruise line procedures for changing your boarding time. Okay, this one's a bit of an oldie but a goodie. You arrive at your cabin, eager to drop off your bags and start exploring the ship. You notice your key card is conveniently waiting for you in a little envelope outside your door. Sounds normal, right? Well, here's where things get a little shady. While rare, some unscrupulous individuals might be lurking nearby, waiting for an opportunity to swipe those unattended key cards. They can then use your stolen card to make unauthorized purchases on board, charging everything to your account. It's like identity theft, but on the high seas. So, what's the solution? Always be mindful of your surroundings, especially on embarkation day, when key cards are often left unattended. If you notice anything suspicious, or if your key card goes missing, report it to ship security immediately. Alright, this one's all about those too good to be true cruise deals you might stumble across on social media or online marketplaces. You're browsing through your Facebook feed and you see an ad for a heavily discounted cruise. The seller might claim they had to cancel their trip at the last minute, or that they have a friend who works for the cruise line and can get them insider deals. They might even pressure you to act quickly, claiming it's a limited time offer. But here's the catch. Legitimate cruise lines have strict policies against reselling cruises. These scammers are often selling fake tickets or trying to get your personal information for identity theft. So, what's the golden rule? Only book cruises through reputable travel agents or directly through the cruise line's official website. Don't be tempted by those unbelievably cheap deals, as they're often too good to be true. Okay, this one's all about being extra vigilant when contacting your cruise line. You're looking for a specific phone number for customer service or to make a reservation change. You do a quick Google search and find a number that looks legit. But here's the catch. Scammers are creating fake websites and listing phony phone numbers to trick unsuspecting travelers. You call the number thinking you're talking to a friendly customer service representative, but you're actually connected to a scammer. They might try to pressure you into paying fake fees, updating your personal information, or even revealing your credit card details. So what's the lesson? Always, and I mean always, verify phone numbers by checking the cruise line's official website. Don't rely on search engine results alone, as they can be easily manipulated. Alright, this final scam targets those looking to add a little creativity to their cruise experience. You're browsing through the ship's daily activities and see an intriguing listing for a craft class or a painting workshop. It sounds like a fun way to spend an afternoon, so you sign up. However, when you arrive at the designated location, you're met with a surprise. The person running the class informs you there's an additional fee payable in cash or through a mobile payment app. They might claim it's for materials or that it's a special VIP session. While some legitimate classes might have additional fees, it's crucial to be cautious. Always verify any onboard activities, especially those requiring upfront payment, through the ship's official channels or guest services. Don't be afraid to ask questions and clarify any discrepancies before handing over your hard-earned cash. So, there you have it, folks. 15 cruise scams that can turn your dream vacation into a total nightmare. But don't let these shady tactics scare you off from experiencing the joys of cruising. Remember, a little vigilance goes a long way. By being aware of these common scams and following a few simple tips, you can protect yourself and your hard-earned money. Book your cruises through reputable sources, be wary of unsolicited offers, and always double-check any suspicious communication. And most importantly, trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more travel tips and alerts.